basis. You know me, I take the weekends off so I can, live my life. But even on the weekends, just doing what you need to do for your daily self-care practice only has to be 5-10 minutes a day. So if you're new to the community, you are now a part of the family. You are now one of my babies. And for all of my returning babies, there's a special treat for when you come back. You get some kisses right there on your forehead, right there on your forenoggin. So we start the session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. To have your permission to touch you. One hand on your head and one hand on your heart. Take a deep breath. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Move and shift that energy within. Release. Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am Ashe. So, especially when it comes to this new moon energy, what does a new moon tell us? It tells us that we are starting, we are initiating, we are beginning. If it is in Scorpio, that means we are healing deep-seated wounds, okay? So that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable feeling because Scorpio does not judge the way the healing process happens. Scorpio doesn't look at the healing process and say, oh, let me make it aesthetically pleasing. Let me make it look cute. Let me make it seem like I got everything going together outside of me and inside of me. I'm just in deep pain. That's not what it is. Scorpio is saying, at this moment, allow me to be vulnerable. Allow me to be honest. Allow me to be open about my pain. And as my wounds are showing, I'm going to tend to them. I'm going to take care of them. But you see what I'm working with right now. They will heal. But I cannot hide and pretend like everything is okay when it is not. And so that impacts people on different levels. It might be some big stuff. Or it might be some small habits that need to shift. How do you approach life? How do you change things up? And understand when you heal, when you break these big energetic cycles, some people are not ready to be healed because not everyone is ready to let go of the cycle they're in. What do I mean by that? Not everybody is ready to heal because when you heal, you have to let go of that toxic marriage, the toxic relationship, meaning y'all ain't got no business interacting with each other at this moment. You have to get rid of those codependent friendships, relationships, family dynamics that are not working. You have to remove yourself from working environments that do not support your creativity or make you feel worthy. That's big stuff. A lot of times people will be going through something and what they want is they want someone to just let them unload some of the pressure so they can go about their everyday life and not make any changes. And so this new moon in Scorpio is giving you an option. Do you want to go through it so you can heal? Or do you just want to put a bunch of band-aids on? Because if you got a big enough wound, there's no amount of band-aids that can stop that, that can heal that. gotta clean it out, you gotta suture it up, and you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta go through that rehabilitation process. So if you're ready to heal, if you're ready to move on, if you're ready to be vulnerable with yourself, okay? With yourself, healing the heart, healing the body, healing the mind, healing the soul, healing the energy. If you're ready for all of that, then let's get some work done. If you're not ready, go ahead and hop on another video. And I'm serious, you know, I'm not just saying that. It's, you're not gonna have some shifts in your life and then come back and blame me. Because now the universe has removed some toxic energy from you, but you weren't ready to stand up and release that codependency. You're not gonna blame me, baby. That you're not gonna do. But for those who are ready, you're protected. The universe has your back. The universe loves you. The universe supports you. The universe cares for you. And whatever you consider the divine, whether that is God, source, universe, energy, whatever language you want to use, I tell you this, that's your business. I am not invested in your belief system. All I care about is creating a community space where we all can flourish as we are on our different paths. So whatever you need to call this energy, you call that energy that. And you simply say, cleanse me. Let this rain, water of life, cleanse over my energy. Allow it to remove all of that toxic baggage. Allow it to remove everything known and unknown inside of me that can no longer take up space. Allow it to be far, far, far away from my path, my future. My path, my future, my path, my future. See the protection. See yourself protecting yourself. See yourself loving yourself. See yourself being whole with yourself. See yourself listening. Listen. Listen. Listen to your intuition. Because that intuition was screaming to tell you don't do something, and you turn around and did it. That intuition was saying this is a no, and then you convince yourself, well, maybe. Listen. Exhale and remove that out your life. Take it away. Send it somewhere else. If someone is not loving you right, send that energy on somewhere else and send them on there too. If you do not feel like you are in the career path that you need to be in, send the energetic experience, the energetic cycle you're in right now, send it on somewhere else. If you need some family healing and these dynamics need to be cleared, send that somewhere else. And you have to forgive. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. Forgiving doesn't mean you let down your boundaries and let people who hurt you back in your life. Forgiving is saying, you did the best you could. I did the best I could. You have shown me that these dynamics are not what I would like in this life. But I forgive you. Forgive me. You don't even gotta say that to someone. It doesn't have to be something that is external. Make it internal. Let it go. Stop sipping that poison of resentment and then upset that you're hurt and the rest of the world is not, or the people that hurt you are not. They are over here just two-stepping into they breakfast sandwich. I don't know. Sweetness, you gotta do this. And so when I start talking about Scorpio things, you can definitely feel that passion. My first house is in Scorpio. I have Pluto in Scorpio. So when it comes to choosing you and fighting for you and getting up each and every day and saying I'm worth it to be alive, I'm worth it to be living this life, I do not take it lightly. So I cannot enable you. I cannot say, oh, it's gonna be okay, and send you as a collective to free. We're doing this work as a collective to end these energetic cycles. And so if you're here, that means if you're here, that means you're ready to do this work. You're ready to work through that with no judgment. With no judgment, no judgment, no judgment, no judgment. So as you're listening, you can also be doing your intuitive work, card pulls, prayers, chants, walking, dreaming, doing something you're passionate about as a way to, behind the scenes, just clear it out, okay? Move that though. And it's hard work. And so think about it like this. It is uncomfortable in the moment where you face a fear or you change a energetic pattern or system. It's uncomfortable in the moment. But if you do it long enough, you'll be able to reprogram yourself to a new pattern. And the goal is to create a better pattern. But if you reinforce over and over and over and over again in your life, oh, I'm too afraid to step over there and work through that, your fear of doing something will be bigger and more uncomfortable than actually having to do it. Because we've reinforced the pattern. I'm too afraid, I'm too afraid, I'm too afraid, I'm too afraid. Face that. Because what you realize is that that is not fear, that is fierce. That is not fear, that is fire. Walk through it, get to the other side, turn around and see who you really were, who you really are. Even if you were unable to see it at that time, feel in your heart, have faith. Have faith in whatever it is you need to have faith in. But trust in yourself to walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. Work through it. Sweetness, it is not easy work, okay? It's going to be hard work. But with that being said, let it be what it is. 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 Okay, so I'm going to cleanse. I'm gonna just light some herbs, a medley of herbs. I'm going to do cinnamon, I'm going to do sage, and I'm going to do Palo Santo. And they all have their different meanings. But we need a combination of grounding. And yeah, I'm going to bring that in. Recently, I've started to incorporate the sage and the Palo Santo back into my practice because I, like all of us in here, am on my journey. And so I've really been able to sit and learn more about my heritage, ancestors, and culture. And so this is the part where I cleanse you, but I get to tell you some of the exciting stuff. And I like to tell you so you know that when you're rediscovering yourself, you're remembering who you are, you remember your connections. It is okay to use the tools you have available to you. So what I learned was, as you all know, I am Korean and I'm African American. And so I've had this experience of being an African American person in the US. And in going and doing this beautiful genealogy project that I've been working on with my family, I started to research more of our ancestral connections, rights. And one of the stories that I came across was when those who were trafficked and brought here, and they came with their traditions and their cultures, but they no longer had their plant medicine. They then used and connected with the indigenous botanical medicine and plant knowledge of the indigenous people of the US, and so, or of this area. And the amazing thing about it is how many species were alive and well, in the world in different variations. But also, when those two cultures came together in a deep sense of feeling as they were being ripped away from their equilibrium, and they saw the suffering in each other, but yet they understood the power within their own self, the power within their own ancestor and legacy. They adopted, you just adapt when you can. And so that is actually why I have re-entered Palo Santo in Sage. Back into the practice. Now, I'm going to do a video. I talked about this a little bit on Patreon about the difference between your ancestral cultures, your societal culture, and affinity cultures. And I think it's really important that we get right with our ancestral cultures before we go into affinity cultures. And sometimes a lot of us, like during this healing process, we do not even know who we are. We don't even know who we are. There might be fear, there might be shame, and we might want to run off into the fantasy of something else, when we just got to connect with who we are and just do that internal healing, do that family healing, do that lineage healing, and don't place judgment. Don't place judgment, and release. Don't place judgment and release. And we're all in this together. When I connect to my ancestry and you connect to your ancestry, we're stronger because we know who we are. Because we know what is inside of us. We do the work, we clear and we cleanse out some of those generational things. But we're better off. We take ownership and responsibility for the lineage collective experience we're having, and on an energetic level, not defined by our human needs and societal norms. We are all just doing the best we can. So know who you are. Work on healing. If you have some shame through your family, work on healing that. If you have feeling of some hurt in the family, work on that. If you have some feeling of pride in the family, bring that in. For most people, it's a combination of all of these things. But remember, now, bring this down. Bring this down. Bring this down. Bring this down. And work through it. Just put that cool salve, that cool healing balm on it and work through it. Don't judge it. Just work through it. Sometimes we come into this life with some mess that's not even ours. It's coming from the family. But yet it's our responsibility to work through it. Yeah, sucks, but look, so that those in the future don't have to deal with what you're dealing with now. Care enough to do that. Care enough to work on yourself. Care enough to be compassionate during the process. Care enough about yourself to just be peaceful. To not place any judgment. To remember who you are. To remember you are loved. To remember you are part of a collective energy, collective community, and collective family. We are all healing. We're healing on an individual level, a family level, a societal level, a soul level, a collective level. We are all healing. So let's just do our own part by working with ourselves, healing through these things. Healing through this. We are all working, myself included, working through. And you know, with me, I'm the wrong place if you want to escape. I'm very action oriented. We shift in today. We're letting things go today. I cannot enable a long-term hurt. So let it go. Believe in your dreams again. Believe in the love and the beauty of our connectedness to each other. Believe in whatever it is that you feel like you were connected to before. When it comes to your thoughts of that people will do good in the world, or that everything will work out, those kinds of things. I'm not necessarily talking about religious things. I'm just talking about these big things. Reconnect to it. Remind yourself of who you are. Remind yourself of what is important to you. Remind yourself of what's happening. Remind yourself, remind yourself, remind yourself. Remind yourself, remind yourself, remind yourself. Remind yourself, remind yourself, remind yourself. Remind yourself. Remind yourself, remind yourself, remind yourself. Remind yourself. Remind yourself. Remind yourself. Remind yourself. Remind yourself. Remind yourself who you are. Step up. Step up to the plate. Step up to the plate. Have your healing. Have your needs. Have your understanding. just have to have enough fight in you to fight for yourself, fight for your healing, fight for your progress, fight for your purpose, fight for your future, fight for where you're going. And let go of the outcome. Don't try to micromanage the outcome. Let it go. 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 Release it. Release it. Release it. Well, family, how do you feel? Just take a couple moments to sit in this moment and release and let it go. If you ever feel like you're having a situation where just a lot is bubbling up to the surface, rewatch this and watch it as many times as you need to and let it go. Work through that. Remove that. Send that on. Send it somewhere else. Send it to a place in an area that no longer enables you to live the life that you no longer need to live. Let it go. So let's just seal you up, okay? Seal you up. Seal you up. Seal you up and send you on. You're great. You're lovely. You're wonderful now. But this stuff is homework. You have to show up every day. Okay? You can't just do it once in a while and look for something outside of you to make progress for what you need that's inside of you, okay? Show up. I hold these spaces nightly so that you have a nice reminder to show up. But show up for yourself. Because there's all of these things that you need to do that will come to be the more that you connect in with yourself and with all of those energies that support you along the journey. So I'm actually really, really excited because, baby, we got a new month coming up, or new duo months. I've been enjoying these duo months, and that thing gonna be big. It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be real big on Patreon too. And I'm just gonna give you a little teaser right now. It is all about rebirth. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a 2-month cleanse on Patreon. It's going to be starting on November 1st. And I'm going to put some information on Patreon soon. And what it's going to include is it's going to include a nutritional part of it, making sure that we're getting certain healing foods in ourselves. It's going to consist of a weekly meeting. I'm probably going to be all over the weekend just to balance out the energy. And we're going to have a group collective plan, so the healing plans that clients go through and things like that, especially those who are kind of working through different processes, we're going to come into that as a group. And so you can bring your own individual initiatives into it. You can connect, and collect with the collective this beautiful energy around us. But all of that, we're going to be working through stuff, okay? We're going to be removing stuff. We're going to be shifting stuff. And that 2 months will be enough time. Because as you start the new year, you're going to feel like, okay, I'm ready. We're going to be clearing out a lot of stuff. And the most important thing about it is it's routine. You can't think you're going to start something great and just give yourself a week to prepare. If you give yourself 2 months to prepare, you can take this next chapter and take it somewhere else, okay? So we're going to be doing that. So I'm going to put more information up in a little bit. And as you know, you can book a healing session with me if you need to. And currently we are hiring. I'm going to keep that job post up reikihealinghope@gmail.com. The email is reikihealinghope@gmail.com. If you would like to express interest again, it's October 25th, so I'm only going to keep it open for 2 weeks, and in that time, I'm going to be making a decision. So thank you for allowing me to facilitate this space. Continue to take care of yourself, heal yourself, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow where we gonna do some more work too. Okay, sweetness? Well, I love you, but love yourself, because sometimes I'm warm, and sometimes I get a little kick in the butt to say no, you gotta want better for yourself. But I love you, but love yourself. I love myself, and I work on loving myself more, even when it's tough, even when things don't go the way that I wanted to. I just work on it, and we just do the best we can. All we can do is just work on it. So I will see you next time, sweetness. Okay, kiss on the forehead. Bye.